going to show you how to create a silhouette portrait that can represent different emotions. What you'll need for this is 2 pieces of paper. This can be white or it could be any kind of colours that you want really. I've also got a piece of black paper, the same size as the other pieces. I've got scissors, pencil, I've got some colouring crayons, you could use pens as well, or oil pastels, and I've got some watercolours, some Brusho paints. You could use this kind of watercolour as well, that's going to be fine too. Okay, I'm going to move these bits out of the way because the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create an interesting background, a textured background that kind of represents your different emotions. So when I do this in my studio, what I'll do is I'll listen to different pieces of music and I'll scribble along to the music. I'll allow whatever I'm using, so my pencils, my pens, my brush, to kind of dance along to the music, to respond to what you can hear. And that's where the emotion comes in. So from the music you'd get an idea of whether you're feeling happy, whether you're feeling sad, maybe angry, maybe excited, obviously depending on the kind of music that you choose. So I'm going to do 2 different pieces. I'm going to do one where I'm going to listen to a quite sad piece of music and one where I'm listening to a kind of happier, more upbeat piece of music. Okay, that was my sad piece. I'm going to listen to something a bit more upbeat, a bit more exciting on this piece. Okay, that's my 2 backgrounds sorted. Right, while my backgrounds are drying, I'm going to draw a silhouette on this piece of black card. So I'm looking at an example that I found on Google, just to give me an idea of what to draw, because I find faces so tricky to draw just from my head. I'm going to do it in profile, so it's sideways view. And because we're going to cut this out from the paper, it doesn't have to be perfect in our drawing, so I'm going to sketch it quite roughly to start with. I want to aim to get the face kind of in the middle of the paper, that kind of size, if you can see that well enough. And then I'm going to sketch in where the nose is going to be, keeping it pretty simple. There we go. Bringing the neck in, add the kind of back of my shoulders there. Lovely. So I've kept it pretty simple. Maybe add a little bit of kind of hair like that as well. Lovely. And I'm going to cut out with scissors. I'm keeping the background as one piece as well as the main head because we're actually going to use both parts of this. So I want to make sure they both stay in one piece rather than kind of cutting off to the side. I'm going to make sure I keep this piece as well. Just doing a little bit of detail for my fringe there. And this is something that you could print out and trace quite easily if you do find profiles super tricky. I find them quite hard. Okay. Lovely. So if I just put that against a piece of white paper, you'll be able to see, just a rough piece here, you'll be able to see the basic shape, and I've got the 2 shapes here. When your background pieces are dry, you can put your silhouettes on and decide which way around you want them to be. I like the idea of them representing kind of internal emotions here, so this kind of excitable background that I created might show that internally I'm feeling quite excited, whereas this one here, it might represent external forces, so things coming from outside that are making you feel sad. So that I know we did it based on music, so that music coming in might be making you feel sad, whereas this is kind of energy and excitement coming from within. So either way round worked fine. And they'd look really nice as a series as well if you did another one that was showing kind of happiness, or one that was showing, you know, lots of different kinds of emotions. And you could have a play around with whether you want to show them externally or internally. I think they'd look really, really nice.